Senator Mike Crapo.
I feel like now that we've been like quote unquote trading.
Yeah.
Well, we've been trading, no quote unquote needed. That it has opened up an additional part of crypto Twitter that I wasn't utilizing. I'm like, oh shit, people tweet about trades all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would just scroll by that shit. Come on, a good crypto content tweet? Yeah.
Well, like something that you know would work for this segment.
No, I mean, I don't tweet good crypto content.
Right. I'm still there, lurking
in the shadows.
sexually. Hello and welcome to Rekt Podcast. I am Bunchu, alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Just finished dinner. Well, we wanted to put a show together soon time, so I had to scarf down some meatloaf and poutine.
Snarfing down meatloaf with these sacks of shit. Throw me on the side of the road, and I won the best hog at the snarfing competition.
Oh my goodness, your quotes are fantastic.
It just made me think of it. Please explain to the people what that is if they haven't seen it. We need to tweet out the link tomorrow, because if it's out of context.
Can you put together the explanation properly? I feel like your explanation will be much better than mine.
Well, so Chamber and I, obviously, as you know, have very similar taste in television, and recently one of our favorite things has been Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave on Netflix. What's the name of the actress?
I knew you were going to ask me. I can't remember.
Bayer, something.
Oh, Vanessa Bayer.
Vanessa Bayer. And she's in this skit that he does. And the skit is basically how girls will tweet self-deprecating things when they post a cute Instagram, and she just takes it to the next level, and it is the best skit. So we'll tweet it out tomorrow, because I found a tweetable link last week.
Oh, good. So, yeah, because if you like to laugh, I mean, there is nothing better currently that's as new as that is.
Holy crap, dude!
I mean, it's so funny.
It's so good. Baby of the Year. My favorite skit, I think, of all time. I
like the receipt one.
Oh yeah, that's good. So wait, can we officially give this the Chamber recommendation of the week?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to laugh, 100%. I mean, that's up there. If you like I remember that feeling I had when I watched Big Mouth for the first time on Netflix. I was just like, this is next level comedy.
By the way, I don't know if I tweeted this at you, but Big Mouth, as of yesterday or the day before, renewed for 3 more seasons.
That's fantastic. That made me very happy.
So we got a segment right off the bat. We got Chambers' recommendation of the Rekt recommendation of the week with Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave on Netflix. If you haven't watched
so good.
If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you haven't watched it, fuck you, Harley Jarvis. I hope you fucking die,
Harley Jarvis.
Bart Harley Jarvis is one of the most aggressive babies I've ever seen. He's got a massive underbite and a completely flat back of the head.
The amazing part is you are doing this from memory, and that's a talent that I do not have. My memory...
you know me. I'm like obsessed with these quotes that I could just pull
so
them out
good. I wish I had that skill. I think I've burnt out most of my memory cells, unfortunately.
Dude, I'm still hurting from last week. I'm still having effects of last week.
Really, eh?
Yeah, like I've been... So I think I just drank myself stupid, I think. It's like my brain hurts.
Yeah, that's a long... I mean, we're talking over a week now.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
I think I've officially drank myself dumb.
Yeah, that's too bad. That's unfortunate. But anyways, here we are.
Anyway, so that intro took a turn, all because you reminded me of that skit.
Scarfing down meatloaf and poutine, the Canadian dream.
That is the Canadian dream. What else? How's everything else going? So this is our first. This is our first podcast, really, since that we're going to be putting out since the bachelor party episode. So
right,
we recorded another one where we were guests on Crypto Campfire, so that'll be coming out soon, but we couldn't get the audio ready in time to drop it this week. We were expecting to, so unfortunately one show this week as well. We'll be back to 2 shows next week. I know you're just clamoring for more content.
The hate mail we've gotten is
I know
is piling up.
I know.
But that Crypto Campfire episode we did on Sunday was pretty fun. Those guys did a hell of a job. That's a must listen. If you're a fan of this show, you'll definitely appreciate the episode.
Check those guys out. They're good dudes. So that was absolutely a lot of fun. We've done a couple of guest spots lately, and they've been awesome. We also, things have been happening for Rekt podcast, even though we were only on one show last week, one show this week. We've, we got some irons in the fire, if you will. Mm-hmm. Some potential big news coming out shortly. So stay tuned for that. That's all we can really say right now, right, Chamber?
Yeah, absolutely. And know this, people. We are, we make shit jokes and piss jokes, but you'll be hard pressed to find 2 harder workers behind the scene than Bunchu and I.
That's true.
There's always something cooking. We always got schemes a planning. So.
And this news is big when it comes out, and it'll be. I mean, I'm excited about it. So that's I guess where we'll leave it. But
yeah,
there's
titillating.
It's so titillating. You should see my nipples. They
rock glass. Hard.
Yeah,
cutting glass.
All right, let's get right into it. We are going to start. Let's start with Chamber for his real life Rekt of the week.
Riggedy, Rekt, son!
All right. So, this actually happened last week, and I actually tweeted about it because in almost real time, I knew this was a hilarious story. The way I live my life is I try to gather as many stories as possible because funny things tend to happen to me. So I literally, as soon as it happened, as soon as I had a moment, I tweeted it out. So I'll just go over the tweet. I put it down in a couple of tweets. So I put here, real life Rekt story. I had just finished mowing the lawn, and after a job well done, I wanted to take a warm shower. As one does, I started the shower and stripped down. Waiting for the shower to warm up, I picked up my phone and turned some music on. I also checked my Delta app and answered a DM from Bunchu. As I'm standing there in my glory, for some reason I felt it necessary to put one foot up on the toilet while texting on my phone. Just then, the door opens and I freak out, yelling, "I'm in here! I'm in here!" Thinking it was one of my daughters. It turned out to be my wife. In the confusion, I had slammed my phone down on the counter and hopped right into the shower. I started explaining to my wife that I was just texting and looking for music, but for some reason, I also felt really guilty. So she starts laughing, thinking I was pulling the old pud or taking dick pics.
She accused you of taking dick pics?
100%.
Like for what? Like an art project?
No, I don't know what she was thinking, but yes, maybe future ones that I would send to her or that I disperse amongst the crypto
honey,
Twitter universe.
Hey, honey, check out this lawnmower dong.
Yeah. So she leaves the washroom laughing as I'm calling out to her saying, "I was just looking for music." And in the tweet here, I said that happened 30 minutes ago, and I can't convince her otherwise. So, I
immediately DM'd you on Telegram, and I was like, that story is hilarious because I know like we were chatting. And
I said
now-
check the timestamps.
Yeah, and I know we were chatting. I'm like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And I said, you need to tell her, one, that's not even your
my jerk off phone.
right, exactly. And two, I think
My JOP.
yeah, right. I think the JOP.
That's right.
And then two, I said she should be more concerned at why you were pulling it, answering DMs from me.
I mean, the pose that I had, like, when you're just relaxed for a second.
Yeah,
and-
I know exactly what you're talking about. I actually tried to find a GIF of Captain Morgan.
It's exactly that pose.
I tried to find one of him like standing on the barrel, and I couldn't find it, so I just gave up. But.
It was exactly that. My back's to her. I actually think I was also scratching my my behind as well at the same time. It was a whole bunch of stuff going on. I was at
You're
ease.
just a savage.
I am a savage, 100% savage. And she walked in, and it was just like, no.
I know the feeling though of like getting startled by
Naked.
somebody you live with. Not even naked, just like it happens all the time to me and my fiance where I end up scaring her. Like I'll just be walking around the corner, she'll just be like doing her hair or something, and she'll be like, you scared me. And my response is always just, I live here.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't know what you want me to do. I live here.
No, my wife proactively tries to terrify me. So she'll not, not by accident. She will purposely like hide in the shadows as I'm doing laundry.
Oh, one of my favorites was when she got you with the ice bucket.
Oh yeah, I mean
in the shower.
she lives for this type of thing. So yeah, and I'm usually listening to some sort of scary thing in my earbuds. So whether it's like a podcast of like horror stories or that type
You
of
listen
thing,
to horror story podcasts
all the time. I love it.
Hey, can I give my Bunchu Rekt recommendation of the week?
Sure.
Hold on, I gotta find the
Recommendation of the
the
week.
recommendation. Okay, is that what we're calling these?
Yeah,
the
I think
recommendations
so.
of the week.
I think so. That makes sense.
Okay, so I was listening to one of our friends of the podcast, Bad Crypto, last week.
Nice.
And they had on Ben Mesrich. And Ben Mesrich is an author, and he has written many books that you have seen turned into movies, as in the book that became 21, about the
Yep.
Harvard Blackjack team. He also wrote the book that became The Social Network.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so he has a new book out called Bitcoin Billionaires. And it is all about the Winklevoss twins, Charlie Shrem, Bit Instant, Roger Ver's in it, Eric Voorhees is in it, and it's like a narrative nonfiction, if that
Interesting.
makes sense, is how I would describe it. And I think how he describes it. So I've been hooked. I do a lot of driving, so I'm doing the audio book. But I started it literally yesterday. I'm probably halfway through it already.
Really?
I drove for 8 hours yesterday.
I maxed out my Audible credit, so I got to spend some. So I'll probably get that then.
Highly, highly recommend. We should try to get him on the show. He was on Bad Crypto. We should try to get him on. But it was I can't stop listening to it. It's so fascinating just to hear. Also, whole new respect for the Winklevi.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. You had mentioned that to me.
Yeah, it paints them in a completely different light than I'd ever seen them before. So it's actually pretty interesting. So I would recommend it. That's the Bunchu recommendation of the week.
Wow.
Yeah, highly recommended. I accidentally bought the digital copy and the audiobook, so I way overspent. So you're welcome, Ben. You at least you could do is come on the show now.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right. So there's your recommendations of the week. You got Chambers' real life Rekt story of the week. Let's get to the news. Chamber, you going to start us off?
I sure will. This is hot off the press here from CoinDesk.com. Square crypto lead, quote, "The product we're focusing on is Bitcoin." Square Crypto is focused on Bitcoin, not the publicly traded company's specifics product. That was the message during Monday's AMA with on Twitter with the head of Square, Steve Lee. Goes on to say here, the unit's playful Twitter account fielded questions from its followers as well as crypto community luminaries. I like crypto community luminaries, by the way. I think that's a good...
Great band name.
Great band name. With tweets signed simply Steve. It was Lee's first set of public remarks on the team's broad objective since being hired in June. Probably the single most illuminating moment of the AMA was this exchange, and it goes on to show a couple of tweets here. So this is from Square Crypto. Tweet is, the product we're focusing on is Bitcoin. It has been up and running for over 10 years, but there's still a lot that needs to be done before we reach mass adoption.
Ooh,
Wait, no, I think he actually, I think he said it that way too.
Yeah, he changed the font and everything.
Spooky font.
Yes.
And then someone went on to say, when do we expect to have a working product? So this goes on to say, many participants seem to assume that Square Crypto had been built to improve how the payment company serves its existing crypto users. Square's Cash App has been steadily earning more money on sales of Bitcoin, bringing in $65.5 million in revenue for the first quarter of 2019
I buy
alone.
$25 of Bitcoin on Cash App every day.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Is that just like your dollar cost averaging kind of thing?
Yeah, and it acts as, I guess, a savings-ish account.
Yeah,
for
totally,
me,
right?
you
That's
know?
smart.
So, and then I get to a certain threshold and I move it off Square because, as we know, or move it off Cash App because, as we know, not your keys, not your Bitcoin.
That's
so,
right.
I move it onto my hardware wallet, and after every $500 worth, and then, so I'm just stacking it.
That's awesome. That's really good. That's $25 a day on Cash App. I mean, that makes up a healthy percentage of the 65.5
I'm the
million.
whole 65 million.
Yeah.
What a whale.
Punchy whale.
What a whale.
So
Please insert whale drop there.
All right, right here. All right, so the goes on here. The tweets kind of go on. This is another tweet from the Square Crypto during this AMA. You would have to ask Square. This is in regards to when they're going to be releasing the product. We're focused on open source Bitcoin development. We do hope our work improves as many products and business as possible, including Square and its competitors. So he kind of laid off the answer on that one.
I think the main takeaway, though, is look, for Cash App and Square, it's going to be Bitcoin and Bitcoin only.
Yep.
Right?
That's it.
Which I think is a good thing.
Even Jack went on to say here, Bitcoin is resilient, Bitcoin is principled, Bitcoin is native to internet ideals.
Jack also went on to say Chamber is banned from Twitter.
No, he wouldn't do that to me. Jack, don't do it, man. I know you're listening. Don't ban me. This is all I have. Oh, and I guess since we're talking about bans on Twitter.
Oh, we should give an in memoriam here?
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so play the funeral music in memoriam. This is a new... we've done this segment before, not with this person, but I think we did it to Dale.
We did do it for Dale.
A couple months ago. So this is a Rekt in memoriam for who, Chamber?
The one and only Romano. It's
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Romano. It's unfortunate.
Not a friend of the show.
No, not yet. Future friend of the show, Romano. Yeah, he was banned. I don't know. To be perfectly honest, who knows? I mean, probably something.
Look, if he doesn't get banned for eating, for the prophecy.
Yeah.
How bad has it got to be?
Exactly, right? So I don't know. I'm sure.
Maybe he freed the nipple.
Maybe he did free the nipple. That can get you.
That'll get you the band hammer.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Romano is no longer with us, so to speak, in the CT world. But maybe
he'll be back. I'm sure.
I'm
was
sure
it
he'll
a straight ban or a suspension?
I think it was. a suspension. I have to go back and look. But a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were pouring one out for him today. So shout out to Romano. Hopefully he's back with us soon.
Rekt in peace.
Yeah, he is the Christ. He is the Christ figure of
We're just
crypto
banging
Twitter.
out segments today. And we're gonna try a new one out in a couple minutes here.
We are going to try a new one out. Do you have a news story for us?
I do, and mine is I think a little more boring but important. I would say.
All
Today
right.
there was a Senate hearing for Bitcoin and crypto. So this comes from BitcoinMagazine.com, just released about an hour ago. So right after these hearings today. So the hearings happened on Tuesday. So if you're listening to this on Wednesday, Senate wrestles with Bitcoin versus crypto and gauges the need for regulation in the latest hearing. So we all know they've had about 2 or 3 of these hearings in the last couple weeks regarding crypto in the House of Representatives and the Senate. And specifically last week, I believe it was last week, were both Libra focused. So the Libra hearings went on for a very long time the last 2 times, 2 hours and 18 minutes in the Senate and 6.5 hours in the House. So Libra's got people's attention, and basically the gist of the Libra hearings was, all right, do we trust Facebook to keep data safe? How is this going to work? Blah, blah, blah. The whole big thing came from, should we be trusting Libra to have a currency like this, and why should we trust them with monetary policy? I think the good thing, this makes Bitcoin look good if we can separate the difference, right?
I agree.
Like if we can get Congress and Senate and all that to understand the differences of Libra versus Bitcoin, I think that bodes well for Bitcoin. So in today's hearing, kind of played out a little bit like a follow-up to some of their Congress's broader inquiries on crypto. So today they had 3 panelists representing the crypto. So this was Circle's CEO Jeremy Allaire, University of California at Irvine School of Law professor Mirza Baradaran.
Mirza Baradaran.
Oh, yeah, of course. And Congressional Research Service Specialist Dr. Rebecca Nelson.
Becky.
Yeah,
she goes by
classic Becky. So basically, they talked about regulation as well as benefits of blockchain technology. Then, they talked about the big differences between Bitcoin and Libra, and basically there's a quote here. It says, Facebook Libra's project has generated renewed interest in digital currencies and blockchain generally, committee chair Mike Crapo, unfortunate name, said in his opening remarks. Though while Libra may have started the conversation, the blockchain and cryptocurrency system is diverse. It seems to me that the technology and other digital innovations are inevitable. They could be beneficial, and I believe the U.S. should lead in their development. That can't happen without clear rules of the road. And as such, Senator Crapo showed specific interests on how cryptocurrencies interact with the U.S. and international regulatory frameworks, and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies as well. So, that's a pretty bold and awesome statement.
You know what the worst part about that statement is?
What?
Is nobody heard it because everybody was just laughing at his name.
Crapo. I could just picture Homer sitting there in the.
His name's Crapo.
Yeah. So I think overall good things. They talked about Bitcoin being a public good, and that versus something like Libra, which obviously has a centralized backing here. So I think overall these hearings have kind of gone well for Bitcoin. Maybe not even Maybe not for Libra, but maybe for Bitcoin. So this says here, Senator Crapo said that given the richness and complexity of the ecosystem, it can be hard to differentiate between cryptocurrencies to create the proper framework. Bitcoin as a digital commodity, for example, is a different egg than a security token or something like Libra. He asked Allaire directly how regulators should approach crypto's many iterations, and Allaire re-emphasized that a one-size-fits-all approach won't work. He said, it's very easy when everyone hears about Bitcoin or Libra to assume it's all the same stuff. So I think the first things for regulators and policymakers to distinguish is between the digital assets that are emerging. So I think this is good. What do you think?
I agree. I do think it's good. I just feel like the winds change so fast and frequently within the government. As far as, like you said, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about Libra. And I felt like at the time when they were talking about Libra, it was kind of coupling Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies along with it, because I think they were talking about cryptocurrencies kind of as a rule during those hearings. And it definitely seemed more negative. And today, much, much more positive. So it's obviously good, but I do feel those winds change quickly, so hopefully it stays good.
There is one other quote here from Mike Crapo. He said, if the U.S. were to decide, and I'm not saying we should, we don't want cryptocurrency in the U.S., let's ban it, I'm pretty confident that we couldn't do that because this is a global phenomenon. So, yeah, fucking censorship resistant, government resistant. That's what Bitcoin is. That's what Maryland does. Crab cakes and football.
Crab cakes and football.
Hear me out, Chamber. I got a conspiracy for you, Bruin.
All right. What do you got?
Here's the conspiracy.
Lay it on me.
So, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook are in some heat with all their data security breaches, all this stuff, right?
Right.
They are, I think, here's the conspiracy. They are being complicit with the government with all this Libra stuff. It's actually government fabricated, right? Mm-hmm. To bring Bitcoin regulation to the forefront.
Interesting.
And they're going to say, you know what, fuck it, we don't need to do Libra, but here's what we're going to do about Bitcoin.
And you think Zuck's at the heart of this conspiracy?
Well, no, I think the government's saying, hey, Zuck, we're going to go easier on you if you play ball with this Libra thing.
Gotcha. Oh, I like it.
What do you think? How does that rank in a conspiracy? I mean, it's not fully fleshed out. I need to.
No.
I
think that's a fair conspiracy. See, it's a little too close to being possible. What my favorite conspiracy
is that what makes a good conspiracy? It can't be possible.
It cannot be possible. Yeah, I want it to be so out there that it's laughable.
So wait, does that mean like these Sasquatch things are they not technically conspiracies?
No, I don't know. I don't put. I mean, you're asking me.
Okay, no, you're a believer.
They're real. I guess I believe in oxygen.
We don't have to get into it. I'm just making.
But no, I don't. So I don't classify Sasquatch and Bigfoot as necessarily a conspiracy. I mean, maybe some governments are not going out and saying these things are in existence and we know of them. Maybe in that sense, it's a conspiracy.
I never got your opinion on this. What do you think of the whole rushing Area 51?
I think it's funny. Isn't Area 51 like a real place?
Wait a second. Is that a real question? Yes, it's a real place.
Yeah, it's a
real place. The whole point is people want to rush it to see if there's actually aliens.
Do I think there's aliens there? No. I don't think there are aliens. Do you think
people should rush Area 51?
I don't think people should rush Area 51. I think a lot of people will die if that happens. You should not
go into the Area 51 march.
No way! I'm not getting sniped in the desert. Are you kidding me? No, I like. I'm pro UFO and alien stuff, but
Sniped in the Desert, also a great band name.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily start rushing a military base. But I actually don't think there are UFOs or aliens there either. But
No, you don't?
no.
Do you believe in UFOs and aliens?
Yes. I think a lot of UFOs are misidentifications.
Like Sasquatch.
Yeah, sure. Maybe a lot of still doesn't mean they're not real. I do think a lot of UFO sightings are misidentifications. I think a lot of them are real. Are aliens visiting planet Earth? I don't know. I've been really toying with the idea of. I do a lot of like big thought experiments, and I have been.
You're a big thinker.
I like thought experiments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like, give me an example.
Like, the fabric of reality sort of stuff. Like, is this simulation?
Are we a simulation?
Are we a simulation?
Oh my God! Wait, did I ever tell you? Did I tell you that I probably didn't tell you this because there was just so much other stuff going on. My cab driver at the end of my trip, taking me to the airport last week at the bachelor party, was basically telling us he was writing a book on how we are living in a matrix, we're all in a simulation, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And he was basically saying the world has already ended and we're all in a simulation on essentially how to get there and things like that. And then he goes, we get out of the car. And I'm like, man, you kind of, you gave me a lot to think about. I was just kind of placating him and whatever. And he goes, hey, also, that show Wife Swap? Like, yeah.
What?
He goes, yeah, I'm going to be on that next month.
Terrific. That's must-see television right there.
Yes.
That's terrific. No, I mean, that's the popular stuff right now is like we're in the Matrix and this is a computer simulation. I mean, I don't know about that. I do like the idea of toying with, what reality is and how we're experiencing it. And it's funny because even just like I was showing my daughter the other day, she's 6, and we were showing her kind of the, remember like a couple of years ago and like the white and gold or blue and black dress kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. And I showed it to her.
Yeah.
I showed it to her and I see, which I think is pretty obviously a white and gold dress. And
no way. It's totally blue.
Right. Like, so I kind of show her and we're, she's half my DNA. So I'm assuming she'll probably see exactly what I see.
Right.
And I just kind of show her, I'm like, hey, what color is this? She's like, blue and black. And I'm like, holy shit. And then we do the, it was like Ural and.
Oh yeah. Ural and Laurel.
Laurel and, no.
And something
Laurel
else.
And whatever it was. So we did
I
that
heard
one.
Laurel.
I hear both. Depends where it is in the house. So I will hear both. But even that I thought was interesting. And I was talking to my wife later that day after we showed her. I said, like, just that alone kind of shows you, like, what perspective is as far as, like, I hear something and you hear something. And we are seeing and hearing two completely different things.
Yeah.
So it really starts to give you those, like, the fabric of reality stuff. Like,
right. Like, you watched the Sinbad Genie movie.
I
watched the Shaq Genie
I watched
movie.
both, for the record. I did watch both. But yeah, just that kind of stuff I think is interesting. It's like if something so simple like a sound or colors are seen by two different people in a completely different way, that, I don't know. There's something there to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. So am I onto something with this Libra?
I think so.
No?
I'm with you. I think government stuff, like there was that.
Let me flesh this out a little more. I need your help.
You come back to me and we'll work on it.
Yeah. By the way, I just realized that I'm sitting here in my office and I am looking around the things hanging up in my room and I have my diploma from college and my diploma is signed by the now shamed and resigned president of the university.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just realized he's on that. That's pretty
Is he
bad.
no longer the president of the university anymore? Like since the
he got
incident?
He was I guess complicit in cover up.
I watched the it wasn't a documentary, it was like the
Al Pacino movie.
Al
I
Pacino
haven't
movie.
watched it yet.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
He's the perfect person to play Joe Paterno, but anyway,
Pacino's out.
Sorry, I digress. Anyway, last segment here. That's going to do it for the news. We've got a new segment here that we thought of last week. We're going to try it out. It's called Defend That Tweet.
The defense is not back, Mom.
Hey, just get our energy going at the defensive end.
So, Chamber, I've got 5 tweets from you. 5 tweets from you that you are going to have to defend your position on.
All right. I don't. And for the record, I don't know what these tweets are.
He has no idea. And we've discovered a pattern when I was looking these up that he tweets at a similar time of day almost all the time.
It's weird, eh?
So this first tweet comes back to June 11th, 2019 at 7:41 p.m. You tweeted, #hot take. Amy Winehouse's album Back to Black is a top 10 album of all time.
That is a hot take.
Defend that tweet.
I stand by it. I was listening. I was listening to the record. I'm assuming while tweeting that. That is. I don't know if I obviously it was a very popular album, but I don't know if it still gets the love it deserves. I stand by it. That is a top 10 album of all time. Back to Black, Amy Winehouse. If you haven't heard it, gotta get it, download it, do whatever you gotta do. That's a terrific album. I stand by that tweet. That's
okay. So I never understood this next one, but it came a day earlier, almost exactly 24 hours at 7:42 p.m.
right.
on 6/10.
Amy Winehouse is trash. No, it's not that, is it?
Hey hotels, why does your hand soap and body lotion smell the same? I'm over here walking around and people think I just washed my hands.
Right.
I don't get this. I don't relate. So defend that tweet.
So it's funny. The hand lotion at a hotel and the soap at the hotel smell exactly the same. So if you've just jerked off, it also smells like you've just washed your hands. And if somebody's walking around smelling like that scent, you're always questioning whether they have just jerked off or have just washed their hands or both. So I always think that's funny. I think they should. They should.
Now I understand.
I think they should separate the smells. There should be a separate smell for the lotion and a separate smell for the soap.
Or at least just have separate jerk off lotion.
Exactly. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what that is.
Third tweet here. We're going all the way back to May 29th at 7:47 p.m.
Wow, that's a hot time.
You are fucking person of habit. Holy cow, that's your time. And I expect a tweet between 7:40 and
100% it's happening
PM tonight. Okay, this one says, giving someone the finger is for children. If you're over 25, you should be embarrassed every time you flip the bird. When was the last time you gave someone the finger?
It's so true. I saw somebody give somebody the finger in public, and I was just like, who does that, first of all? I'm like, you're mad. Say words, okay? Say words if you're mad. Yell at them. Say what you want. Say awful things about them. That's fine. Very adult. But giving somebody the middle finger, to me, is just so childish. I'm like, it really takes away from whatever argument you were making. Like, it automatically, in my eyes, makes you lose the argument.
What about, like, if you're driving?
Oh, especially if you're driving. There's so many like, you do a lot of driving. I used to do a ton of driving. I'm not a road rage guy. I think it's crazy. I think there's a lot of people that get very, very tough behind the wheel. And, you're driving, a 2-ton machine and, people losing their marbles all the time. You're going to get somebody killed. So, yes, don't go road raging anybody. If somebody cuts you off, just let them go. They're probably having a bad day. Don't give them the finger. I don't give anybody the finger when I'm driving. And especially in the U.S., man, you guys are all packing heat, I'm assuming. So you don't want to be flipping those birds around, getting shot off. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in Pennsylvania.
Right?
Concealed carry.
those Pennsylvania Dutch and their horse and buggies, you never know what they're carrying back there. So,
all right, we got 2 more tweets here.
Jeez, I tweet a lot.
We're going back to May 3rd at 10:58 p.m. So you're out of your normal tweeting
late
time.
Night tweets.
Yeah, late night tweeting. This tweet only got 5 likes. Actually, hold on. Let's go. Let's
What's
see.
that? Yeah, I want to know.
I can't. I didn't get the proper screenshot.
that's okay.
Oh, your hotel one also only got 5 likes.
That's gold.
Amy
That was gold.
Winehouse, I can't really see.
That's
I can't
okay.
see the other 2. Those are the only 2 I got everything because you inserted gifs in the others that hide my screenshot.
Gotcha.
All right. This one says, condone should mean the opposite of what it does. ...
I've said this for
Defend
years.
that tweet.
I think I was misusing the word condone for a very, very long time.
So give me an example.
Like, yeah. I could, if my parents found weed in my bedroom as a kid, they should condone me for using weed. You know what I mean?
You're thinking condemn.
Condemn, absolutely. It's way too close to condone. Condone and condemn are too close and mean the opposite of each other, and it's very confusing. So condone should mean the opposite of what it actually means.
But then should condemn mean the opposite of what
Or
it
just
means?
get rid of one of those words, yes. I think and a whole new word for what condone means.
That's really funny. What's funny about that, I think, is that most of the time when you use the word condone, it's with a negative. So you're saying, I don't condone X, right?
Right.
So you could essentially because you could just say, I condemn X.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right.
All right, I think I'm with you on that one. Nice
All right.
defense. That was a nice defense of that tweet.
Good, all right.
Last one here, and the only meaningful crypto tweet I've found of yours. Also on May 3rd, literally an hour before this past one that I just read. So this one says, the crazy thing is, during the next BTC bull run, all the new fish will think we know what we're talking about. Don't take advantage of that. Seriously. Or do. Who am I to tell you what to do? Defend that tweet.
I think it's very true. I was thinking about, I think did you say that was in May?
Yes, May 3rd.
Yeah, so I think things were looking pretty good in May, or starting to look better. And I started realizing that there's possibly going to be another bull run, and with another bull run comes a lot of new people. And a lot of those new people are going to think we know what we're talking about. And we could take advantage, or one could take advantage of that. They probably shouldn't, but if they do, that's not up to me. You do what you do.
Are you going to exploit that?
No.
Now let me ask you: do you condemn it or condone it?
I don't even know anymore. I think I condemn it.
This is a fun segment. Next time I'm going to have to defend my tweets, and I don't want to. That's funny. What do you think? Good segment? Bad segment?
Like that one. I forgot some of the maniac stuff that I tweet out. So,
well, you're like a rapid fire tweeter.
Yeah.
So
I do. As soon as I think something, if I think something is worth anything, I will absolutely tweet it out.
See, the problem is I don't think anything I have to say is worth anything.
Yeah. That's where my ego comes in, I think. Like, this is
like
fucking
people will
gold.
love Amy Winehouse. Yeah.
5 likes.
What's the bottom threshold on likes that you get that make you think, oh man, I maybe shouldn't have tweeted that?
I never think that. I look at it and I say, man, there's a lot of fucking stupid people out today because nobody's liking this gold tweet.
Liking my tweet.
Yeah, gold tweet.
Oh man, I had a tweet go viral the other day that I was
really
very happy with. Yeah.
What's viral? What's that mean to you? How many is that?
414 likes, 84 retweets,
no
and 20
shit.
comments. Yeah,
that is viral.
Yeah. It was that dumb helicopter one.
That was a good one. I like that one. I didn't realize. Wow, that really got that one took off.
That one took off. Just drop down to remind you to buy Bitcoin, you stupid bitch.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's my most popular tweet of all time.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I never know what's going to be funny.
Except for when we're actually talking. I feel like we're better gauges of what's funny when we're actually talking.
Yeah, I shouldn't be left alone to just tweet what's in my head.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for
I feel
us.
That was
we
good.
Got anything else?
No, I feel like we should stop talking.
I think so too. We're gonna just dig ourselves in a hole here. Anyway, what else we got coming up? Anything good next week?
We do have some good stuff coming up. We've secured some pretty big guests, in my opinion. We're actually working on. We should probably, quick segment, celebrity sighting.
Oh yeah, celebrity sighting. So this is the first time we've done this segment too. We thought up a whole bunch of new segments that we're going to try to do. So we have celebrity sighting is our new segment. Chamber, explain this.
So celebrity sighting is essentially when there's a celebrity that's not in crypto. So obviously we have crypto celebrities, your John McAfee's and the like. But when non-crypto celebrities start talking about crypto, whether that's what's that football player that's been
Russell Okung, and he's
been on fire.
So balls deep now. He literally is like running a Bitcoin meetup now.
I saw that in LA. Is that where it is? Yeah.
Because he plays for the Chargers.
So I don't know.
San Diego Superchargers.
I was on Twitter and I noticed that Bill S. Preston from the band The Wild Stallions was also a director. And for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, it's the gentleman from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Alex Winter, is also not only just one of the main parts of the duo Wild Stallions. He's also a pretty good director, and has just finished a movie for the crypto space called Trust Network, and it's about the blockchain and all that fun stuff, which is coming out in 2020. So we actually tweeted out to him. I actually emailed him too. I went on to his alexwinter.com website, and you can email him directly. So
are you calling your shot here?
Yeah, it's happening,
it's a
guys.
pretty big shot.
It's happening.
Like you don't have
I'm gonna speak it into existence.
Wow, you're manifesting this. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be on the show in the near future, promoting his movie. So shout out to Alex Winter. So I think that's going to be interesting. I'm going to watch this movie anyways. It looks like a pretty decent movie. He's put together. He did one on the Panama Papers as well. That was pretty good that I watched. I didn't realize he had directed it, but
well, what was the Mark Yusko 2024 net?
Trust Net.
Right, isn't that what this movie's called?
No, this is called Trust Network, I think.
Oh, it's pretty damn close.
Pretty damn close indeed.
Wow.
Trademarked.
Yeah, TM.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna try and get on. I'd like for us to try and get on a few more, new to crypto people, that are doing those types of things. So if we can, wouldn't it be cool to get one of the guys from Bill and Ted?
Hell yeah!
That was one of my favorite. Are you a Bogus Journey or Excellent Adventure guy?
I think I was an Excellent Adventure.
I think I was a Bogus Journey guy. I was a big fan of Death.
Yeah.
I thought that was
actually,
when I was.
You make a good point. That was a good one.
When I was a kid, I thought that guy was the funniest guy in the world. There was something about that character that would just make me lose my mind. So I liked both, but yeah, I think Bogus Journey was my fave.
All right, let's get out of
we're
here.
done.
Anything else we got?
No, that's it. That's everything.
All right, so join us next week. Back to 2 shows. Until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.